owners are operating under stress, right? How many of us are business owners here? Yeah, are you under stress? Right? Okay.
Every day.
Look at, but I mean, then number two, mental clarity. We talk about fog brain and all that, right? Brain fog. Marketing, overwhelming. How many of us like, oh my gosh, my marketing, right? I've got to come up with this marketing and this marketing, this marketing. We're overwhelmed with all the marketing stuff going out there. That's creating pressure and stress. Wellness breakdown. It impacts not only our body, but our emotional stress, our spiritual, and our relational stress. Did any of these pictures look like you? I should have backed up. That first picture with the yoga,
Oh, there we go.
I think that might have been you. I caught you because she is a yoga instructor. I was like, I gotta get yoga in there, so I wanted to mention that. But do any of these pictures look like you? All of them look like me. I mean, I think this one right here, I actually put a man's face in there instead of me. But I mean, we're burnt out, we're fatigued, we're disconnected, we don't have a purpose anymore, right? And it affects our quality with our relationships with our clients. So we always feel like we have to do more, right? Do we ever feel like we have to do less? Anyone out there feel like, oh, I need to do less today? We all need to feel like we do more. We're feeling alone, right? We feel like, oh my gosh, but I have a solution. I wanted to give you some more statistics today. Look at this, 76% in the workplace is impacting the personal relationship. You know, you hear the old saying, don't go home and kick the dog. So what's happening with us at work is also affecting our personal relationships at home. Our spouses, our friends, our families. We become disconnected because we're so stressed. But look at the cost, costing $300 billion with a B, with absenteeism, diminished productivity, and accidents. That's all taken from the Paleo Stress Management. I didn't make this up. Stress in America is becoming a concern, a big concern now. Look at some of these statistics. I thought it was amazing to look at. Recent survey, 2,000 Americans revealed that 70% are financially stressed with anxiety. 41% reported chronic pain. How many in here can help them with that chronic pain? So the whole world, it can be our customer base based on the members we have right here in the room. And I mentioned about the workplace stress, but look at 120,000 deaths. That's a lot of people dying over stress. And it's all contributed to the pressure and the stress that's created in our lives. So, I had a wake-up call. Do I look stressed? I'm always like, I'm a very high-stress person, but I have a lot of anxiety. And this occurred to me when my wake-up call, I was a VP of sales, national sales, selling $3 to $5 million contracts. And anyone, most of us have been in the corporate world at some point in time, right? Mm-hmm. You got the sales goals, and if you meet those, then the next year they're more. So it was constant stress. I was trying to connect with people. I was trying to be more transactional in the more way that is common to traditional way. Cold calls, they call it cold because no one answers their phone, right? Emails, all of that. And finally, instead of trying to be selling to someone, I found a tool that I use to help share gratitude and kindness. And I can tell you story after story how I started to show, hey Karen, it was nice to meet you. Thank you for your time. Hey Becky, you know, I really enjoyed a cup of coffee. Congratulations on your new job and what you're doing. Leah, you got a new account. Way to go. When I started thinking more about the other person than myself, it came back to me tenfold. I mean, true story, I got into Amazon, I got into Google, Continental Tire, I can name companies after companies. And it was all through showing gratitude and just connecting with them. I had one guy call me up and he goes, Donna, I don't know who you are. I keep getting these cards from you. I'm not trying to sell them. He said, you know what? I see in the back of your card the services you have to offer. We need them. Can we meet? So instead of trying to sell that person, I wanted to get to know them. I saw they were getting promoted. I saw they had a work anniversary. I saw they had a birthday. There were holidays. I changed my mindset in being more relational than transactional. Not only did it improve my sales, but it improved my health. I mean, I was so much better as a person that time in focusing my attention on being relational. So, what does a business look like without burnout, right? Well, look, you show up with more energy, right? I'm not exhausted anymore. I can do more. I want to do more. The clients, they don't feel like I've sold them. They feel now that we're friends, that I'm a resource for them. I can help them. I want to help them. I don't want to sell them. You attract more people if you're authentic in who you are instead of trying to find out who you want them, who they want you to be, right? Be yourself. We're all different in this world. We all have skill sets and we can help so many people. With all of them, as I look out to everyone here, every single one of you can help, obviously, each other, but the world with all the stress that's going on. So, gratitude is a shift that I believe and I'm passionate about that we all need to change in our personal life and in our work life. And if we do that, just think, instead of mass messaging people, right? I'm like, I want to get to know you, Sage. I haven't met you yet. Where are you from? What do you do? Tell me more about yourself. Instead of sending those mass messages out, take the time to get to know the person. Look them in the eye. You know, we have this thing of constantly doing this. Look the person in the eye. Karen, you make wonderful sourdough bread. I love your parties. I want you to know that that's how I feel about you. Personalize it. Personalize your plans. You know, we all have a little bit of craziness in us, right? Show that craziness. Be yourself, right? I always say, you never want to fit in. You always want to stand out. Do something different. Do something that's unique to yourself. That's how you can stand out and never fit in. So, gratitude is a natural remedy for stress. So let's look at some of these things. Healing power, psychological power, mental health, neuroscientific insights. But this is important to look at. Just one act of thoughtfulness can immediately produce 10% of happiness and reduce depressive symptoms. Psychological effects. Now, it took me a long time to kind of practice this word here, parasympathetic nervous system. You say that 5 times. I practiced all night long so I could say it right today. But that is a nervous system leading to lower our blood pressure, our heart rate, thereby promoting relaxation, right? Oh, take the breath, relax. Mental health, this is important because we hear so much about mental health now, right? And the problem that the world has. Not just America, but the world. Mental health. If we start practicing gratitude on a regular basis, it's going to reduce depression and it's going to reduce anxiety, but it's going to improve our sleep quality, right? How many of us have trouble sleeping? I'll be the first one. But if we start doing that one day at a time, in showing that gratitude, showing appreciation, and showing out that you're interested in that person, not yourself, that's going to help with the mental health improvement. And the neuroscientific insights. It engages the brain regions. Barry, you probably could talk a little bit about that, right? For emotion regulation, helping to reduce stress and enhance our mood. So, gratitude isn't fluff. I mean, this isn't like, oh, yeah, out there, it's fluff. When do y'all do it? It's scientific fact. I showed you some of the statistics, right? It's a mindset shifting. Start shifting and thinking more about being gratitude. And most importantly, we could all do it. We just need to stop and start doing it, right? So I want to thank you for today. I'm full of gratitude in allowing me to present this information to you. I have a few more things I just wanted to share. I would like your support. I am so proud that I am a co-author of a book that's coming out. And if you're interested, we're going to have Meet the Author. It's going to be May 12th from 4 to 5. I think you posted something about it.
Yes, I did.
Please register because you'll be able to meet the other authors. But mine is all about gratitude and how we can change our connections, because we all have connections, right? But how do we change those connections into clients through gratitude?